Hi, in this video we will see how to create this kind of effects on your video footage using Flared2, and this is a little harder than the one we made before because here we use motion tracking too, and it's not only a static flare, but the flare is moving accordingly to the scene. So let's start it. Make a new scene here, delete the cube and delete the light, and put the camera into the 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 position. Let's add our plane, 16 and 9. That is the correct ratio. Let's move this G and Z upper on the Z axis and move again G and Z here to match the dimension, again G and Z on the keyboard and moving the mouse. Okay, like this. Okay, perfect. Now let's go here and create a shader editor. Here, click this and make new and delete the principal BSDF because we don't need it. And now let's go to our movie, that is this one, and 23 and 98. Okay, and bring it here and connect it here, and let's set up the speed that is matching the same speed. Now we have to understand how long and how many frames it has. Try setting 1000 and 1000. I say 1000 because I don't know how it's long, but I know that it's not so long. So we will take a look at it, and auto refresh here, it need to be activated. And now I will play, and when it will stop, it means that we are at the end of the video and is the last frame. So take a look at it. I remember it was 700 and something, but I don't remember correctly the number. If you have another way to count how many frames you have, it's okay to use it. Okay, here we stopped. So using the arrow keys, let's see when, okay, this is the last frame. So this is the last 791. So 791 here and 791 here. And now what I want to do is to add a flare that will move because she's moving and the subject is moving, the camera is moving, not the subject. The camera is making some movements and I want to match them. So I will need a point or more than one point if you want to make a 3D matching. But now I will make a 1D matching, so I will use just one point. If we had a perfect point on the background, we could match it, but this background is very smooth and I don't know if we can match a point there. We can try to match this point, but there are the hands that make it harder. No, I will try to match this even if it's not correct, because also the head is moving and the movement of the head is adding to the movement of the camera. I think that the head is better. So I will try to match this point. And to do it, we'll have to add another window here in effects and motion tracking. That is what we need. We could drag and drop here the same video that we already have. That is this one. We can put it here. Okay. And we have to prefetch. He would put all the video into the memory, the video RAM. Just one note while we are waiting for the prefetch to be complete. If you go to preferences and to go to system, this memory cache limit is the memory that we have assigned to Blender to make this kind of operations. So if this memory is very little, maybe by default it's 8 GB, I don't remember. Maybe you don't have enough memory to make the prefetch of a long scene like this. So if you have problem in this phase, you can go here and turn up this value. My PC has 32 gigabytes, and so I've set a limit to 20 gigabytes. Now I want to go to the first frame here. Using the mouse wheel, I can zoom, and I will put the point here, press Control, and then click here. And this is the point that we're going to match in all the video. Let's press this, and Blender is looking for this point in all the video, and he made it. He succeeded, because if this line will take from the beginning to the end of the video, it will mean that everything is fine. And as you can see, Blender is moving this point correctly. So now we know this point. And now it will be very easy, because if we go to Solve here and to Geometry here, we can link an empty to this track, because this is a track, and we can link an empty. An empty is appearing here in our 3D scene. We can go back to the principal layout, and this is the track that is perfectly matching what we have choose. Now I don't want to make a light here, so I don't want to put a light on this empty. What can I do? I can add another empty, and here I will add an empty, a new empty, plane axis, and I will put in the place I want my lens flare to be the origin that is selected. Then I press Shift and I select the other one, and so I press Ctrl and P, and I make parent. So now this object is connected to this other object, and this one is moving connected to this one. So when I move the timeline, I can see that this is moving. And this is something that can make what we need to do. So here is where I want to apply a new lens flare. I don't know which kind of lens flare to apply here. I would like to have a long streak. Maybe this one could be good, because it is already very horizontal. Let's add it and see what happens. Nothing, because it's very little. We can add more brightness, but we can turn up the scale. And I suggest you to make the same thing we made in the other video. Select the camera, select here, go to viewport display, and make a strong passport 2. You can activate easier and deactivate it when you need. So now we have only just the scene. Here I remove the overlays, and I can play this and try tweaking the flare. I don't want to have, for example, any starburst, so I remove the starburst. I want the glow. I like the glow. How big is the glow? The glow is very big. Maybe I want to change the color, so I go here, and the glow is this color. I make it more purple, because there is a light that seems to be purple here into the original scene. Maybe I want to change also the ghosts, because I don't like them this way. So remove this. Activate the other streaks that are those horizontal lines. Now it's very hard to see, because the scene is very bright, and so it's hard to see the overlays. Anyway, I will try to add more ghosts here to see what happens. There are two types of ghosts, Ghost 1 and Ghost 2, and you can change shape for them all. I will try to make the ghost bigger. And if I don't like so much, let's change the seed. Let's try to remove the anamorphic aspect. Maybe this is better. And I would like to add the streak. It is there, brightness, and width. Okay, so it's longer, height, and random details. So it changes a little. Okay, this is something that I like more. There is too much purple here, too much. And there is another things that I would like to change. This is something um, that could sound strange, but as you can see now, this streak is very connected to the head of the girl. It moves in the same way, up and down, up and down. I would like to have something that moves more than this movement of the camera. And I would like to exaggerate it. And maybe I can do it just in this way. I go to the 3D viewport here, so to have another viewport, and I will click. Okay, this is what's happening. This is our camera. This is the flare, and this is the moving elements. I will try to take this one and to move it up on the Z axis. So press G and then Z, and I'll move it up near to the camera. You can see that everything is changing there, and we are losing a lot of elements, but we will bring them back because now it is very exaggerated. I would try to move from here. So now I pressed G on this window and I can move it again. And what we're going to see now, it's too strong, but it's not the problem. I will turn down the scale, the global scale from here, and a little the global brightness. And now it's happening what I wanted to do. So the movement of the flare is more than the movement of the head of the girl. And so we have more movements, and I like it more than before. Maybe I'd like it to be more movement too. So G and Z again. I'm moving it up and I'm bringing it here. Okay. Okay. Better. Okay. Now I don't want it to enter into the frame because I don't want to see it. But now it's better. I like it more. I have to tweak much more things because there are too many of these dots that I don't like. Maybe I can change them in another way. Let's try, because they are ghosts. They are ghosts. Everything here is ghosts. And we can try to change the seed, but this kind of ghost there is very visible. Okay, I like this one, and I like this one too, but I don't want to have them. So I think we'll have to change the scale of the global ghost. Okay, the global scale of the ghost, sorry. So if we change the global scale, we turn them down, and then we can change the individual scale of the two elements of the ghost. And I want to exaggerate them. I will try to make and to put a higher value here. Okay, I like more this effect. This is really what I wanted to do. Yes, like this. And maybe we want another generator with another flare in the same scene. We can do it because it's not a problem. We can add another empty. This is the new empty. Press G and Z. Let's put it up a little. I just want to move it. Let's put this other one here in a place like this one. Now it's here, and I will add another flare. Maybe I want the same flare, but how can I apply the same flare if I have already modified it a lot? It's very easy because I can export this and I can import it back. Export active flare as a custom preset. We'll ask for a name. I will call it new flare 54. So I will remember it's the same. Now it will take some time because it will make the preview thumbnails, and it will save it in your custom folder, and you will call it back from there. Okay, so now if I go here and I go to the custom folder that is there, this is your path, you can call this template back. So this is the new icon that this template has, and I can use it to apply to the new empty. So I will press this, and so now I have this new template working here. I will have to change some scale, maybe, yes. But this way, if I take the empty and if I press G, I'll have this another one here, and I can move it where I want. I forgot to parent it to this one. This is the first that is moving the other. Select this. Okay. Now I press Ctrl and P and objects. So this one will move correctly accordingly to the other one. Okay. As you can see now. And as this one is lower than this one will move littler than this one. This one will have a stronger movement, and you can see that is happening. This is the higher and this is the lower. Remember, you can link your flare if you want to modify a flare and apply the same things to the other. You have to link them, and then once they are linked, maybe I want to change the streaks color to another one, to this blue. And now if I change it and I go to custom color and press this one, the same modification is applied to the other flares too. You can do this with all the flares you want, not just two. You can use 10, 20, 100. That's all, I suppose. I hope you like this, and I hope you like this kind of work related to motion tracking information that will be very important to achieve this kind of result. Please let me know and have fun. Thank you. And to know how to export this on a separated level to composite it into another application, you can see the previous video that I've made that is easier. And also to know how to export this without modifying and rendering again the video, because the video is already on your SSD and you don't have to render it 2 times. You just need to render only the flare and to apply it on the compositor. But you can see it on the other video, and I don't want to make this too long because I think it's already too long. Thank you and bye-bye.